the spring sumo tournament. It's Kaiho climbing into the ring there, followed by Chiyotaikai. These are the Ozeki, the second rank from the top, going in, performing their rituals in the ring. Sport, if you can call it a sport, full of rituals, some of which go back 1,500 years or more. And then we go to our first of our bouts on day 3 between Takanowaka and Tamakasuga. Well, Takanowaka's meant to be doing a lot of weight training, but it's difficult to say. See any evidence of that? He's fairly big, in fact they're all big. He's 145 kilos. Doesn't look powerful in the same way that the great Chiona Fuji was powerful. So these two have had fought each other 8 times before. Takanowaka's won 6 of them. And that's another one. Nice little demonstration of perfect form there as he shoved Tamakasuga out. He dropped his weight down, spread his legs wide just inside the circle. That's what they do to stop themselves going out. And that was 3rd straight win for Takanowaka. So he's looking a wee bit better this tournament. Previous one, he had to drop out with cracked ribs. Now we have Aminishiki fights Tochisakae. So fairly lowish start from both wrestlers, not quite head-banging start, almost though, but it's Aminishiki who overwhelms Tochisakae and forces him out with yorikiri. 3rd win for Aminishiki in his 10th Makuuchi Basho. You can see the wrestler on the right there just wiping himself down just before he goes on, mustn't be too sweaty. Dejima here, he's got 2 wins so far, so it's a good start for the ex-Ozeki. Whoops, but that's suddenly upset the apple cart a bit. Dejima came out a little bit too hard and fast, and he got slapped down with hatakikomi. So Otsukasa did that rather neatly. Looked like he got his forearm under Dejima's chin, lifted his head up, and then having lifted it up, just slapped him down again. So a bit of a brutal move there, but very effective. Now Daizen against Toki. Daizen's beaten Toki 3 times. Toki's never beaten him. Toki not looking quite his normal rough self now. Retreating there, trying to push and move back at the same time, which is not a good idea, but well, so win there for Toki over Daizen. So first time win for Toki and first loss in this tournament for Daizen. Now Tamanoshima, he's in at Maegashira 9. He had a very poor tournament last time, only had 3 wins, so he's dropped right the way down to Maegashira 9. Almost missed Tokitsuumi then when he came out. Tokitsuumi couldn't quite sidestep him as they came up from the crouch. Both wrestling now. Each has got 1 hand on the belt. And looking for the other hand on, but being denied that by the opposing wrestler. Sumo men are very good at placing their arms in such a position that they block off the grips of the other wrestler. But finally, Tokitsuumi there. Looked like he had 2 hands on, but it's Tamanoshima who got it. Some doubt there on Tokitsuumi's face. But hatakikomi win there for Tamanoshima. And here the announcer there announcing the win, or the technical win, as it's or the type of technique that won. Let's put it that way. So now Akinoshima fights Kaiho. These two haven't fought each other many times before. Akinoshima came into sumo in 1982, so he's been in sumo 20 years or so. Extraordinary long career for this wrestler. And he absolutely overwhelmed Kaiho there. He just threw his arm around Kaiho's neck, which is not always a good move. And then he just squashed him down. It wasn't strictly a neck throw, which is what you'd expect from that neck grip. It was more like a neck squash. arm around the neck, and then he just threw his weight in, and Kaiho collapsed on that one. Chiyotaikai. Coming down the Hanamichi, the flower path. Now we have next out Kyokushuzan, Mongolian, fights Miyabiyama. They've fought before 7 times. Miyabiyama's won 4 of them. Kyokushuzan without a win yet in this basho. So that's it, he manages to sidestep Miyabiyama. Second loss for Miyabiyama. Well, he had bad injuries that kept him out before. Shoulder and knee, as I recall. Looking as though he was limping a little bit there as he went off. So, first win, much needed win for Kyokushuzan. Tochiazuma getting ready. Now, Asashoryu fights Wakanosato. Wakanosato here, 151 kilos. Asashoryu some 20 kilos lighter. At 130 kilos. Asashoryu in the past couple of bashos has come out really hard and fast with his thrust to the face, but he definitely not doing it this time, and I suspect that the sumo authorities have told him, look, leave out the slaps to the face. It was the last tournament that Asashoryu really brought a lot of blood from Tochiazuma's nose as he powered in against his face. Quite noticeable so far in this tournament that Asashoryu is not going for the face as he used to. Trying an inside leg hook there, a little bit of desperation, but Wakanosato overwhelmed him now that he doesn't have to apparently worry about these incredibly powerful thrusts to the face that Asashoryu was dishing out before. A lot of power in those thrusts to the face. The Kyokutenho, a wrestler who retired some time ago, said he lost seven of his teeth through being hit with tsupari. Well, this is win by default. Kotomitsuki should have fought Buyuzan, but Buyuzan dropped out because of a right knee injury when he fought Asashoryu. So a nice comfortable win there for Kotomitsuki. Now, Chiyotaikai fights Tosanoumi. Chiyotaikai with 2 straight wins. Tosanoumi is 1 win and 1 loss. These two have fought 15 times. Chiyotaikai's won 11 of them. Tosanoumi a strong wrestler, but not really, I would think, a match for Chiyotaikai, but let's see. Many a slip in the sumo ring. Good head banging start there. Chiyotaikai takes the advantage, powering in, driving Tosanoumi back, and then there's a slap down. Chiyotaikai loses on it. He was pushing in too hard, and Tosanoumi sensed that and pulled back. So a loss there, first loss for Chiyotaikai, and second win for Tosanoumi. Very spectacularly done there by Tosanoumi. Sensed that Chiyotaikai was overreaching himself with a push, and then just pulled away and down. Let's watch that one again. There was the start. The advantage goes to Chiyotaikai. Starts driving Tosanoumi backwards, all the way to the edge, pushing hard. Separates slightly, come in again, and that moment, as they come in again, it's 2 hands on the back of Chiyotaikai's neck, and down he goes. Now, as a good friend of Chiyotaikai's, Tochiazuma, both mates. Now, Tochiazuma fights Kyokutenho, who previous tournament was up at Komusubi rank, dropped down after a 6-win performance a couple of months ago in Tokyo. These two have fought 4 times previously. Tochiazuma's won 3 of them. Kyokutenho with no wins yet in this basho. Tochiazuma with 2 straight wins. So fairly slow start there, but Tochiazuma looking very stable and relaxed, just absorbed the somewhat frenzied movements of Kyokutenho, and then just pushed him out with oshidashi. Very easily done. Let's watch it again. Quite comfortable there. Just gets the bell. The underarm grip, as you can see there, which he turns into a driving push, head on the chest of Kyokutenho, and out went the big Mongolian. And a little bit of prize money for his troubles. Kencho Kim. Climbing up the ranks now, we have the Takanonami, who's now back in the Sanyaku. That's the ranks up from Komusubi, Sekiwaki, etc. So he's back in amongst that top grouping, and here fighting Ozeki ranked Kaiho. Well, these two have fought 45 times in their long careers, and it's the advantages to Takanonami. He's won 25 of them, but not in recent times. So Kaiho's got the better form of the two in the last year or two. It's a good banging start there from Kaiho. Gets the overarm grip and dispatches Nami without too much trouble. So from the crouch down, straight into the tachi-ai. Kaiho's arm went over the top, grabbed the belt, the Owate hold, the overarm hold, and with the leverage there, a little bit of a twist to the side, he just flipped Takanonami straight out. Owate nagi, overarm throw, win there by Kaiho. So there's the start. They avoid banging heads, but it's very quickly into the grip. You see that overarm grip of Kaiho's, and all done with one arm. It just spins Takanonami over and down. Next Ozeki out is Musa Yama. He's fighting Tochino Nada. These two have fought 16 times before. Musa Yama has won 11 of them. Tochino Nada, a bit like Kaiho, sometimes strong, very strong, sometimes a bit weak. Heavy start there. Musa Yama, slight advantage in the start. Powers in, gets an arm round, and just flips him over. Tsukiyotoshi win there. Thrust drop throw on Tochino Nada. Well, Musa Yama's looking strong. He's taken one loss so far, but nevertheless, he's looking powerful. Always turns in a good performance. Had 10 wins last tournament, 9 before that, 10 before that. Certainly looking strong. Now you can see how the close-up there of how they do the shikiri, naoshi as it's known. Legs wide, crouch down, fists one after the other to the ground, pause, back up again. Repeated a few times over a 4-minute span, then they settle down for the final one. Referee indicates in various ways that this is going to be the final bash. So Musashi Maru against Katonowaka, they fought each other 39 times. Musashi Maru's won 26 of them, so absolutely immovable start by Musashi Maru. Just presents a wall in front of Katonowaka, and then the wall moves forward, and out goes Katonowaka. Musashi Maru doesn't seem to have even changed his rate of breathing there. Let's watch that again. Crash into each other, hands on, and then it's moving backwards for Katonowaka. See him struggling there, just unable to cope with that massive weight. The 223 kilos, nearly 500 pounds of body weight was hustling him out. So Musashi Maru with 3 straight wins, along with Kaiho, 3 straight wins, Tochiazuma, Takanowaka, Shimotori, Takumi Zakari and Aminishiki. So that's 7, all with 3 straight wins. A lot of them will never manage to keep that record up anywhere near towards the end. And it's yet very early days. Obviously Takanohana has not set out this basho. And there's the drum tower that beats outside the venue, always. There you see the flags of the sumo wrestlers with names. Well, thank you for joining us. We'll be back tomorrow with days 4, 5 and 6. This is Syd Hoare from Osaka, Japan. Bye for now and sayonara.